Hey guys, all of you that want to learn astrology and how to learn astrology, you got to start with the natural astrology wheel. And we're going to talk today about the signs from the 7th house to the 12th house. I'm going to dive into it as quickly as I can. And as you know, my name is Zervoudakis, and I founded Holistic Healing Astrology, and I love to teach astrology after studying it for over 50-something years. So I've developed this cheat sheet so you guys could, at a glance, understand the triads, and it means the three components that work together in one section of the pie of the horoscope. This is the natural zodiac. This is the natural order. Everything starts in the spring equinox, right here. And then we have the summer solstice right here. And then we have the autumn equinox. And then we have the winter solstice. Okay, that's Western astrology. I don't do Vedic or Hellenistic or ancient astrology. This is modern Western astrology, and we use the tropical calendar and sign. And so we're going to talk about houses 7 through 12. We're going to talk about the quadrants, and we're going to talk about the quadrant 3 and quadrant 4. Now, if you want to learn more, my schedule is coming up. Get on the wait list on the bio link in TikTok. You will see it'll go right to my website, and the website has a wait list for all the upcoming classes. So you just tick off what you want to see, what do you want to learn about, and starting October, we're going to have tons of classes. You could start with Reclaim Your Power Through Astrology. That kind of tells you what you could learn with astrology, and then you could dive into Astrology Made Super Easy. That's where you do the whole course, and I use a notebook like this, and it's called the Astrologer's Time Saver. But I developed a lot of these tools for my students, and in the course, you're going to get, these keywords for the houses, keywords and understandings for the quadrants. So unfortunately, these books that I tell people to go and get are not easy to find, to my dismay. So it looks like I'm going to have to show you everything through my own teachings, unless you find these books on Amazon or on the used bookstore circuit. But some of the books are out of print, so it makes them extremely expensive. So the third quadrant is right here from Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, and it has Libra, ruler of the 7th house. It's a positive, meaning extroverted sign. It's ruled by air, and it's a cardinal sign. They're natural leaders. Cardinals initiate, okay? 7th house has to do with others, which is opposite of me and us, okay? Me and us. So everything below the horizon here is northern hemisphere. Yes, northern, even though it's below. Southern hemisphere is more social. This is subjective, all for me, and this is more others related. So if you have most of your planets in these areas here, you're going to be more interested in others than yourself underneath, okay? So if you have a planet in the 7th house, that means that that planet forces you to look at the energy and focus a little more on the 7th house. It has to do with others, has to do with contracts, has to do with marriage or partnerships, negotiations, okay? Libra is the sign of balance. It's an air sign. So it's social, it's intellectual. Give me the data for, not for me, but for us. Now, the air sign that's down here, data for me, is Gemini. But this is data for society, for us, okay? But not for the group. Data for the group is Aquarius. This is the collective, the world, humanity, information, the scientists, okay? So there's always cycling going on in astrology. You need to understand that. So now we look, this is the sign, the characteristic of the area. What uniform is Libra wearing? Okay? And the sign is ruled by a planet. And the planet, its ruling planet, is Venus. Venus is all about attraction. It cycles around about the same time as Earth and Mars because it's a personal planet. So these three, Libra, Venus, and the seventh house, have similar energies, and they're called triads. Okay, this is the seventh house triad. So let's say you have the sun in the seventh house in, let's say, Gemini. You also shine in the area of Libra, because this is the natural house and area of the zodiac. So where the sun goes is where you shine. If you have Venus in the seventh house, that's where it belongs naturally. So it's a little stronger. And you're going to say, well, there's so much information and so many layers of information with astrology. Yes, and that's why astrology readings cost a lot of money, because you're paying for the astrologer's expertise. They only read about 10,000 books and simulated them and processed them and figured out which areas, which books work best for what areas. There's forecasting astrology, there's natal chart astrology, and then to learn astrology is a whole nother level, okay? So I'm so glad that you're interested in astrology, but what are you doing with the astrology? Are you using it for entertainment, like I could guess your sun sign? Or are you using it for personal development, finding your authentic self? That's the more serious tone of astrology. My recommendation to you is to learn astrology for yourself so you could get a blueprint of your operating system or of your owner's manual, what your contract is on this planet, and it will all resonate. People say to me, you know more about me, than I know about myself. Well, I'm just reading your chart. So yes, astrology readings are very powerful, and your natal chart does not change. It never changes. How you use that tool of an astrology chart may change. You might use the Venus in one way when you're in your 20s, and you might use your Venus in another way when you're in your 30s and 40s. It's all up to you. So this is the third quadrant, has to do with society and others, okay? Seventh house, eighth house, ninth house. Eighth house is our money, where we have our money shared. Ninth house is our values, okay? Let me know if you have any other questions in the comments.